Okay, so I'm going to try and show you how to do some simple troubleshooting of network connectivity. So when you've got a Kubernetes cluster, in my example here, this is hosted out of Azure, AKS, and I want to see if a remote IP is available. I can actually get a connection there, and then I also actually want to test it on a particular port. It's common troubleshooting because often firewall configurations and security configurations are handed off elsewhere, and you're told that exceptions are made and routes are free and clear, but you can't always it's not easy to immediately confirm that. So I just want to show you a very quick way to be able to test from a Kubernetes cluster whether or not you can reach out from that Kubernetes cluster to the external resource on a particular port. A very simple little trick. I'm connected to a cluster here. I'm just going to bring up a terminal. I'm just using kube control. So although I'm using Lens as an app here to make life a bit easier, I mean, just with your kube control, set your context to the right, the right cluster, the namespace if you want. I'm going to do kube control run. I'm going to give it a name. So my net test will do. I'm going to tell it to actually remove it after this is exited. I'm going to tell it I want to run it in an interactive form. I want to tell it to put that interactivity to the current console. I'm going to give it an image. We're just going to use Ubuntu. And we're also going to say we want to be bashing into this. So let's give that a run. If I go and look at my pods now, you can see it's spun up a pod, my net test. It's based on the Ubuntu image. It's been running for 9 seconds. So let's go ahead now. So we are interactively shelled into a pod that's now spun up. So its connectivity, bar any kind of more complex configuration within Kubernetes, its external reach matches that of every other pod container that's running on this cluster. So what can I do here? Well, the first thing I need to do is an apt-get update because we're going to install a few things here. I never remember the name of this. So if I do apt-get install ping, it's going to tell me that's not there, but it's going to give me the name IP utils ping. So apt-get install IP utils -ping. Okay, yes, I want to install that. And then I'm going to do one more apt-get install telnet. Okay, yes, I want to do that. Okay, cool. So let's clear the screen. So now I've got those utilities installed. Let's go and test a ping. So let's ping google.com. And does Google respond to pings? Possibly not. Definitely I'm not getting any response there. So let's try something else. Let's try a ping to, let me look up my own running IP at the moment. See if I can't hit my own router. No ping responses, so not a great one. Okay, but we also actually want to test on a particular port. A ping is just testing ICMP, which is not really a lot of use. So I can do telnet, google.com, and let's do port 443. HTTPS, we expect that to be open. There we go. It's trying, it's connected. I'm not going to do anything with telnet, so I can do control and square bracket to get to the escape prompt, and then I can quit to get out of telnet. If I was to do the same thing, telnet on port 1, 2, 3, 4, it should try. It may take a little bit of time to fail, but ultimately it should fail because that's not a port that's going to be open on Google's end. And basically this is just a very simple way to get onto a cluster, spin up an image real quick, install a couple of tools, and use ping and telnet to confirm if a destination is reachable, and more importantly with the telnet side, whether a port is addressable. Hope that helps.